Hi, Marbs here. Let's talk about Let's Sing 2026. Now, Let's Sing is the premier karaoke platform for Xbox, and it's an interesting package. Now, due to music licensing constraints, there are some things I can talk about and some things I can't, and some things that obviously are going to be censored here. But let's try to get into it. Let's talk about the package first. Now, in North America, it's going to only be available as the bundle. That means that if you want the physical edition of the disc, you will have to buy the microphone bundle. So you will get the microphone and the disc in the bundle pack here in North America. I don't know if they're doing the same thing in Europe, but I would assume so. First off, when you open it, you get two nice microphones here. They're good, microphones. They're standard USB interface mics, and I found that when plugging them in, they work best when directly plugged into the USB port. However, some powered USB devices can make it work with no issue. Now, I recommend if you do that, you make sure that the microphones are plugged in first. You reboot your console before you put in the Let's Sing disc. So let's talk about that. That's the only other thing that you get here. You get the Let's Sing disc here and the physical edition, plus you get a 30-day trial of the VIP pass. Now let's talk about the VIP pass for a moment. The VIP pass is your access to an additional 180 songs. Yes, that's correct. The base game only comes with 35 songs that are included on the disc, which are considered the core songs for the 2026 edition. Now, I can sort of show you here, when you look at the box closely, you might be able to see some of the artists that are on the 2026 edition. However, the additional 180 songs are only available by the VIP pass. While they give you 30 days of access to the VIP pass, you have a choice after the 30 days on how you want to continue. You can either pay I believe it's $4 a month, $3 a month, or you can pay, I think it's $9 for 3 months, or you can pay $39.99 for the year. Now, here's the thing. If you're not sure you're going to be using this a lot, take a tip from Marbs here. Just buy a month at a time as you need it, because as you're going to find out here in a moment, there's something else you should know. Now, these 180 songs are additional songs that are over and above. Now, some of these include karaoke standards and songs that you might recognize. Now, for sure, there are artists in there that you're going to recognize, but just because that artist is in the VIP pack doesn't mean that it will have the correct song that you're looking for. In that case, you may be forced to revert to a 2025 disc or in the 2025 VIP pack, or another disc which has access to those songs. So as you can see here in this ecosystem, there is no one key unlocks all. So you definitely do get a benefit of the 35 songs being on the disc because they're not part of the VIP. But if you have the VIP pass, you have access to 180 more songs. Our experience was that a lot of the karaoke standards that you might expect there to be there aren't there. And, that is, again, music licensing. Now, let's talk about, the game itself. The game itself allows 4 players now you have 2 microphones. They can be on USB. Plus, it allows the use of a cell phone as a microphone, provided you're on the same local network. So if your Xbox is not on the same local wireless network as the cell phones, it won't work. And yes, we've tried a number of ways to try to make it work. Doesn't work. So I would just say if you have a simplistic setup where everything's on the same network, you're probably not going to have a problem. If you have a more sophisticated or segmented setup, you may have some more issues. Now, the next thing that's kind of interesting about this game versus traditional karaoke is that there is scoring. Now, I've asked a lot of questions of the devs about how this works, and scoring and rating has more to do with tonation and pitch during the singing process than getting the words right. You can almost hum the song in the correct pitch and enunciation and get a good score as well. Now, the scoring is where things are interesting. In traditional karaoke in a bar or whatever, there's a lot of times no scoring. At home, you have competitive scoring. There is something definitely there that's fun about that. And, you know, it's a typical karaoke experience. Music video in the background, and artist in the front singing the song while the lyrics scroll by. Unfortunately, I can't show you much of that due to music licensing constraints. So, what do I think of it? Well, you know, I got to be honest with you. It's kind of cool. And although I'm not a singer, my family and, friends really enjoyed it. And I think it's going to be something that we're going to be breaking out for the holidays. And it seemed to attract a lot of attention. And it might be something different to try in your household. I do think it's a lot of fun for the holidays, and it may be something that you might want to try, but it's definitely different. My name is Marbs. Thank you for watching. We'll see you in the next one.